So you had a very odd motivation come your way while you were still auditioning, while you were still working in restaurants for 10 years, and that
Right.
is one of your coworkers later became an Avenger. And I must
Oh,
hear
God.
the backstory to this.
So there's yes, strangely enough, over the course of my life upbringing, I've seen a lot of people like have turned into incredible artists. And when I was a freshman at Morehouse, I was cast to run the homecoming, and I had to. One of my big scenes was leading in. I was playing the Sandman, and one of my big scenes was leading in the fairy godmother, who was played by this no-name lady named Janelle Monáe. Um,
Just nobody.
just nobody. And then in high school, I remember like I was doing this play, and this other actor's mom brought in cupcakes, and we all thought she was really pretty, but we also thought that he was kind of pretty too. He was just a really good-looking child, and his name was Chase Crawford, and now he's the Deep on The Boys. So like I've kind of been around a lot
Wow.
of people who like have come up really quick. But in
Yeah.
this particular instance, so there was a busser at this restaurant I was working at who got fired because he was just terrible at the job. Because he was like kind of clumsy and kind of just like he just didn't take it too seriously. He didn't take the job seriously. He didn't really care. He was just a really nice guy, really jovial, and he was also really big. So he was kind of
Mm.
awkward and clunky around stuff. But then I see him a few weeks later, or like a few months later, and he's happy as a clam. And I'm just asking him how he's doing, and he says he got this thing that he can't really talk about. And then I watched the movie Black Panther, and I see him playing M'Baku, and now we know him as Winston Duke, the king of Wakanda. So like you just keep seeing
Lauren, what?
it.
That is an incredible story. It is hard to be a bulky busboy because you're dealing with fragile dishes.
Yeah. Yeah.
As you were telling the story, I was thinking, okay, who could it be? No one was coming to mind. And then you go Black Panther. Yeah, great storytelling. 10 out of 10. That have y'all kept in touch? Is this like we just had this time in this restaurant and then that's it?
We have loosely kept in touch. Like I can message him on Instagram or something, and he'll respond. There was also a time after that because I didn't know what he was doing. I didn't know that he was doing that big project. But in that year, I was trying to work as an assistant to a casting director. I was an assistant to Kim Harden,
Okay.
and I was just a reader for her. And so I'm always trying to look out for people I've met along
Yeah,
my journey.
totally.
So there was a role that came in, that needed like a big imposing guy to play like the villain. And I reached out to Winston and I was like, man, this would be great for you. This could be like your big break. Like you could, I'll put you on the map. And he was just like, nah, I'm cool. Like, and I wondered in that moment, I'm like, why doesn't he chomping at the bit for this? And now I know. Now I know why.
Asked and
Um,
answered. Yep.
asked and answered. But yeah, he's a great guy. He's very, very, funny and just wonderful spirited and just very happy, and yeah.